This is a chapter about externals, which are basically ways we can show the character, help tell the story through our behavior, the things we wear, the things that you visually see. And to be very explicit, it's the bodily adjustments, so your posture, your voice, your speech patterns, your accent, or your physicality, the things you're wearing, costumes, props, makeup, or your physical state. So, are you tired? Are you super energetic? Are you sweating? Are you sick? It's all of the external attributes which make up the character. Today we're going to take a look at a couple films, and we'll see some of the creative choices that the actors have made to show their character. These external adjustments which help tell the story and create a character on screen. So here I have an example from The Terminator, and as I play this through, I just want you to notice how still Arnold's face is. He's made a choice to be pretty much expressionless. His face doesn't show a lot of emotion, and he's like a honing missile. He's just locked on to his prey. He's essentially only moving the muscles which are necessary to accomplish his goal. Up to this point, there's almost no movement in his face. He's not showing any emotion despite the fact that he's pulling out a gun and he's about to kill somebody. Because he's a robot, he's the Terminator here. So he's made that choice, and that adds something to the character. And here this is a human, so you can see there's a lot more emotion in his face. He's trying to save the girl from being shot, whereas Arnold isn't showing anything, isn't revealing anything. Also there, if you noticed, Arnold, he trained so that he wouldn't look at the gun while he's reloading. Because he's a robot, he doesn't need to look at the gun, so as he's going through the scene, he's just loading without looking at the gun, and it gives his character a certain quality. Again, he didn't look at the gun while he reloaded, and also when he gets shot, a real human would dodge, duck, try and avoid getting hit. He just takes it. And that's all physical manifestations of the character. He's behaving as a robot would, how he's decided a robot would behave. They'll be fine if they get shot, and they have no need to look at the gun while they're reloading. It's these things you might not notice, but you feel it, and when it's pointed out, you really see it for the first time. What I want to point out here is the different way these two characters walk. I know for a fact these actors were cast partially based on how they walk. I heard this while I was listening to a podcast about this movie, The French Connection. So pay close attention to how these characters are walking and what that says about each of their characters. One is a detective and the other is the suspect, who the detective is chasing after. So playing with his umbrella, he doesn't really need it to walk, but he's just using it anyway. He's calm, he's composed, he's collected. The other guy's in a rush, in a haste. He's kind of zigzaggy. The way he moves, it's all over the place. It's more messy. So hopefully you can see that the way they're moving about the space gives totally different impressions of their character. One is hasty, trying to make it work, trying to find the suspect, trying not to lose him, and he's in a bit of a panic about it. The other one is calm and composed and collected. For this role in The Machinist, Christian Bale cut an immense amount of weight, and it gives his character, who in this movie, spoiler alert, he accidentally killed a boy. He was driving while texting and he ran over a child, and out of guilt, he's lost a bunch of weight. He's so guilty that he can't even eat, he can't sleep, and you can see that physically in Christian Bale. Here's a great example of drowsiness, tiredness. The character can't sleep, he feels so guilty, and here is a great example of showing that, and that allows us to understand more about the story. You can tell he's just barely awake. He's just there, between sleep, between wakefulness. He's in a limbo space. Here's another example from Poor Things, and in this movie, Emma Stone, she goes through different phases of human development. She's essentially a newborn inside an adult body. So here she's walking with the maturity, more or less, of an infant, and later on, we'll see her walk in a much more adult way.
It is a way to look at it.
The variety of desires being made manifest is fascinating. Have you had the man who puts a wedge of...
Here, the walk is totally different. It's much more put together, it's much more classy, more dignified. You know, she's become more educated, she's grown older. So this walk is helping tell the story. It's showing the transformation that's taken place. I hope that by seeing these clips, you're becoming more aware of some of the creative decisions you can make as an actor. It kind of opens up a world of choices that you might not otherwise be aware of. Everything you do is a choice, and your creativity lies in your choices.